Well, good morning to all of our RAIN partners out there. This is Byron Belka calling in from Spanish Fork, Utah this morning. Excited to talk about another aspect of the business. And here at RAIN, as we focus on these things each week, different principles of the business, I want people to realize that the reason that we do this is because there are things that are universal that don't change. And that's the principles, then the underlying aspects of what we need to succeed in this industry or in anything in life. And, although different ways of approaching things can change, although different methods can change, the principles never change. And what I want to talk today about uh, as we go through, we've this last couple of tours going out, seeing a lot of new people, having a lot of new people join our business and our organization. We had a fantastic week again last week. Congratulations to all those people that are really getting out there and sharing this message and sharing this product soul with those people in your either in your families, in your communities, people around you, because we can see it happening. So I want to congratulate all those people. We've got a lot of people hitting new ranks as well here in North America. So congratulations. But as people are joining this business, as I go around and I tell people my story and what really made the difference and why I saw results is because I was taught right from the beginning that the reason that most people don't see the success that they want to see is because they don't treat it like a business. This is a business, and if people want to get business-like results, they need to put those types of business efforts in. You treat it like a hobby. If you something that you do here a little and there a little, it's going to pay you like a hobby. And so remember, as you're building and as you're getting things started, you want to make sure that you're treating it not only like a business, but being consistent with it, so that when you have the good weeks, when you have the bad weeks, when you have the good months or bad months or whatever, which is going to happen in life, that you don't change your efforts and what you're doing. Some people, when they're doing well, they slow down. Wrong. Some people, when they're not doing as well as they want, they slow down. Wrong. Slowing down as long as you're consistent is obviously the key. We're going to do a whole training on that some other day. But what I want to do is I want you to think about it. In life, if whatever that you're trying to accomplish in, you want to be good at it. You want to be a professional. If you're a health professional, you want to be a professional health professional. If you're an athlete, you want to be a professional. Most people want to be a professional at what they're doing. And there's no different in what we're talking about here. So being a professional in our industry and being a professional in RAIN, what does that really take? What does it really take? Well, it takes the same thing that it would take in anything else that you wanted to be a professional in. So today, those people that are seeing success in other aspects are at the top of their game. What is it that makes the difference? What is it that we're doing? And as I was thinking about this, I wanted to think about a couple of people that we know that have excelled or are professional in their professions, and what is it that they do? Now, everybody remembers Michael Phelps, and everybody remembers, how he went out there and won 9 gold medals, more gold medals than anybody had at that point in his events, and really just did something that hadn't been done. People would say that Michael Phelps is a professional in his profession. And so, but these things and these results, they just don't happen. It's not that they just happen from one day to the next. He just got into a swimming pool and all of a sudden he was a professional at what he did. And a lot of times that's what happens, where some people come in and we're all at different levels. And so you'll see some people move faster than others. And you got to make sure that you don't let that distract you. If you see somebody, here in the company, obviously when somebody goes from nothing to something really, really big and does something amazing, we're going to promote that because it's exciting. It's new. And we have somebody come in and go like we did, like we've had it even in Asia, where people have come in and hit the top level or black of diamond, hit one of those high ranks of diamond in their first month or two. Of course, we're going to promote that because that is amazing. That's fantastic. But what you need to understand, though, even though we promote that, is that the norm is people, and most of the people that have hit the top level of the company, and most of the people that will hit the top level of the company, aren't going to do it in a month. They're going to just do it because they're consistently out there doing it. They're becoming professionals. But let's look at what Michael and a little bit about Michael Phelps here. But if you can read this here, it says, Phelps trains for 6 hours a day, 6 days a week without fail. Even if Christmas falls on a training day, he does a full day of training. So he is totally dedicated to his training program that has made him a world champion. So the first thing, if any of us want to become a professional, we need to make a commitment. What are we doing? That's why we have that commitment letter that we talk about. What are we committed to? And do we do it? Because if we are doing it, then we're going to become a professional. Now, if once again, if we get off track, which we're all going to do, you don't beat yourself up about it. You start over. You start a new day. You start a new week. You start a new month. But it's total dedication to his training program that has made him a world champion. He swims approximately 50 miles a day or 50 miles a week, 80 kilometers a week, which is over 8 miles per day in training. He has 2 massages every day and also takes ice baths to help his body recover. So not only does he go out there and train, but he's doing the preparation. He's not just out there training, but he's out there making sure that he can continue to do that by putting the things in place and doing those things that are going to help him do that. And so, a lot of people will look at that and say, there's luck involved. And I'm going to talk about that. Well, luck really isn't involved when we go out there and really do what we need to do. I would take somebody any day that has a dedication and a commitment and sticks to it than talent. I've seen so many talented people out there that don't reach their full potential. And a lot of this quote I love, and it says, the greatest loss in life is the difference between human potential and actual performance. That's the greatest loss in life, because there's so many things that we could really accomplish if we would just perform. Okay, if we would just move up. And as we talk about, and you hear me say again and again and again and again, people perform to their belief levels, not to their performance. Our abilities are way more than we ever reach. We can do way more than we do, but we're going to perform at our belief levels. So you need to ask yourself, what are the things that you could be doing on a daily basis to increase your belief level in what you're trying to accomplish here in RAIN and in your life? Because everybody has a different aspect and a different goal of what they're after. And whether it's somebody that wants something totally different than something else, we have a vehicle at RAIN International that allows people from all walks of life, from all different backgrounds, to go out there and move forward and have the potential to go and get those things in their lives that they're looking for. And we have that vehicle. So remember that it isn't once again what our potential is. We have the potential to do so much more, but it's going out there and actually performing, and we do that by increasing our belief levels. Now there was like I said, I'm in Europe a lot, and there are some famous boxers, the Klitschko brothers, that come from that region of the world, and these athletes, once again, do the same thing that Michael Phelps does, and that is they train relentlessly and they train daily. And I remember it was a couple years ago when there was an American that was undefeated, and that guy there finally got to a point where he had a chance to fight Vitaly. And I was actually really excited about watching the fight. I won't forget this. I was thinking, man, this is going to be a big fight. It's going to be a good one. Here we have a chance. He was the first Hispanic American to fight in a fight like this that had been undefeated. And a couple months before this fight, his name was Chris. He started training really, really hard. Started doing training twice a day and doing all these things. Well, anyway, they get in the ring, and he just got wasted. He just got wiped. Vitaly just, I don't know hundreds of hits on him, and he just dominated and beat him. And even though it was kind of a disappointment, I remember something after that after that fight where the commentators were talking, and one of the things that they said that I'll never forget was you know what, you can't come in and start training 3 or 4 months before and expect to beat somebody that's training like that 365 days a year. Okay, Vitaly and the Klitschko brothers are professionals. This is what they do, and they train relentlessly, and they're committed to it. And if anybody wants to go on and compete against them, they're going to need to be and become a professional at it as well and do what they do, or you're not going to beat them. And like I said, I'll never forget that because it's true. We can't just wake up one day and expect to be a professional, being upset if we're not. This is a process. And this is something that as you get doing and you're doing it more and more and you're honing in your skills and it just becomes part of you. It becomes something that you're doing. And as you're thinking about being a professional, there's usually some things that we have to give up. There's usually some fears that are holding us back. There's usually something that we need to overcome to be able to do more maybe than what we're doing. What is it that's holding you back from making those phone calls? What is it that's holding you back from really feeling like you personally deserve it? That you personally can go out there and have these things. What is it? And I remember that that in my life, there have been critical times when I had to make that decision to go out there and do it. And as this quote says, the definition of luck is when preparation and opportunity meet. It's when preparation and opportunity meet. I remember the first time I really made a commitment to go out there and do something. And it was when I was in college. I was a poor college student, and I was dating this beautiful girl that ended up being my wife, luckily. And I really didn't have anything to offer. I mean, I was poor. I needed a new car. I couldn't really afford a ring, any of these things. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to go out and I'm going to make some money. And so in college, there were these companies that were recruiting people to go out and knock doors and sell home security systems for the summer. I'd never done it before. And I went out to Oakland, California, is where they sent me. Now I'm a young guy. This is my first month having any experience in this, but I had a goal. I needed three things. I really did. I wanted to make sure that I could buy a car. I needed a new car. I wanted to buy a wedding ring, and not just a wedding ring. I wanted to buy an expensive wedding ring. There were two things that I really wanted to do because I knew I was going to be probably a poor college student, but I wanted an expensive ring and I wanted to spend a lot on a honeymoon because knew that my wife, if she said yes, which luckily she did, that you're going to think of and remember that honeymoon for the rest of your life. And then I wanted something on her finger that if people looked at that said, I can't compete with that. That was my thought process. That was my mentality, and that was what was driving me. So I remember I went out to Oakland and I started knocking doors. Now it's not easy. You get hundreds of no's. I'm knocking these doors. The first week that I knocked from sunup to sundown, I didn't have one person that was interested in getting a home security system. Not one person. And there were a lot of people that I was working with that at that point, went home. They just said, this isn't for me. Yeah, I'm going to go home. But, I had this folder, and in this folder, obviously, I had a picture of my girlfriend at the time, what I was trying to accomplish, and my goals. And every time I'd really feel like just maybe sitting on a curb and giving up, I would just open that binder, and I didn't really even have money to get home. What was my plan B? I didn't really have a plan B. There's nothing else I could have really gone and done at this time uh, in the summer between college to go make some money to do what I wanted to do. So I kept knocking. So that second week I went out and I knocked doors all week again. I didn't get one person that was interested in a home security system. 2 weeks now, nothing. Knocking from sun up to sundown. And once again, our group started to diminish. More and more people said, this isn't for me, and they went home. And I remember the third week, I ran into somebody that would have bought a system from anybody because they just wanted one. And it wasn't anything that I did. It wasn't any skill that I had, but I had the first person that got a home security system. So here I am, 3 weeks. I've got one person that said, I want a home security system. But you know what? It made me excited. I at least got one. And it actually built my confidence, even though as I look back, it had nothing to do with me and what I was saying. It built my confidence, like, what, I can do this. And then that fourth week, another person that would have bought from anybody bought from me. So now I'm about a month out, 4 weeks knocking doors, sun up to sundown, and I've got two people. Once again, I had a reason and a goal to be out there. Okay, but by the end of the summer, There wasn't a day that I didn't have 2, 3, 4, 5 people want a home security system, and I sold them a home security system by the end of the summer. Every single day like clockwork. And I ended up being one of the top salesmen in the whole company. They sent people out all across the nation, and I was in Oakland. Out of all the offices that company had, it was the worst office in the company, but yet I was in one of the top 5 sales guys in the whole company. I don't tell you that because because uh, all of a sudden I think I'm awesome. Like I tell you that once again just because, guys, I had a goal. And you know what I did? I went home with a lot of money. I got a car. I asked my girlfriend to marry me and bought her an expensive ring, and we went on a nice honeymoon. Those were my goals. And I thought to myself at that point, if I can knock doors all summer and I can get what I want, because I'm committed to my cause and I have a reason and a purpose, I can do anything. And that's, once again, what really boosted my belief level in my ability in general to go out and do anything. As you go out and see success and set goals and become a professional at anything, guys, your belief level in yourself and in your abilities and what you're going to accomplish and what you want to accomplish will improve dramatically. And what we did, this is me and doing some events back in the day in Eastern Europe. And one of the things that we would do, there's me and that girl that finally said yes to me and became my wife, but Monica. But what we did is we would do these fire walks, and they were pretty fun, amazing experiences where we'd sit out, make these big fires. There was a whole process of overcoming your fears and getting yourself into a mindset and have that feeling of what is it that's holding you back right now? What is it that's holding you back? Think of the exhilarating feeling of those things and become coming free from them. Coming free. What if you did not have those limitations? What if you didn't have those things and you could get out there and you could walk across the coals and not get burnt? Because this is what we would do. And this was a life-changing event for a lot of people that would go out there and say, you know what? There's no reason why my feet shouldn't just be scalding and burnt. And I remember when I first stood up to these coals. I mean, you could feel on your shins. I could feel the heat from those red coals on my shins just sitting there, just from a distance, let alone going out there and actually walking across it. But once again, I did it. I was one of the leaders. I did that. And so did a lot of the other people, but it was exhilarating because something that they thought they couldn't do, they actually did. And when you go out there and do something that you don't think you can do and you actually do, it just, once again, opens your mind to what the possibilities are. Guys, we can do so much. We can help so many people. We really can change the world. You know how many doubters that we've had at Rain International when we took this thing over 2 years ago? You won't even believe. I mean, you see the team that we've put together now. You see what's going on. This is something that always was in my heart and in my mind, but it has to be in your heart and in your mind before it will ever become reality. You have to believe it and you have to know it's for you and that you're going to go out there and get it done. If you don't see it in your mind and you don't see it and believe it in your heart, it's not going to become a reality for you. Now we have people that are wanting to throw money at us, throw hundreds of thousands of dollars at us. We're at the very beginning, because we know where we're going. We got all these people that want to throw money at us. We're at the very beginning. I mean, it was tough. I mean, do you know how many no's we got to get the people that we have now? It was because we had a vision, and it wasn't just me alone. It was a lot of good people, and there was a lot of naysayers and a lot of people that didn't think. I remember I went to one of my people that I love and look up to that's a multimillionaire, and I told them what we had with Rain. And this is somebody whose opinion I really, really respect, and that we were taking it over, and that I was looking for some capital. And this is somebody, like I said, that I really respect in business. And you know what he told me? He says, "You need to just walk away. You need to just not walk away from this thing." And I heard that again and again and again and again. But myself and the team that we have, we didn't give up. And so, guys, everybody's going to run into those things. Whether you're sitting on the curb thinking, should I go home? It's been 2 weeks or 4 weeks. I only have 4 sales. I don't have enough money to buy groceries. You're going to run into that brick wall. And you need to ask yourself, what is it that's going to hold you back? And what is it that you need to get out of the way? Because every single one of us has it. What is it that's holding you back from calling 10 people today? Or doing the things that you know you should do and you want to do, but you just don't do them. But if you did, your life would be changed forever. If you did, the things that you've always wanted, you will have. Why would we hold ourselves back from those? Especially with an opportunity that, like I said, what we have here in Rain to go out there, make a real difference, and get closer to our hopes and our dreams and our goals. Okay, what are the coals that you need to walk across and really realize that, hey, I didn't get burned. It wasn't that hard. I can go out there and accomplish it. I love seeing the growth in people. And I've said this as I started to travel around, obviously overseas, since we've been there a little bit longer, I've seen growth in so many individuals, and it just impresses me. There's nothing that's more inspiring to me than people, and people that are going out there and doing things against odds, people that you wouldn't think that would be able to go out and accomplish things that do, because they just, once again, they put these limiting factors out of their mind and they expand their limits. And so today on this call, on this webinar, I want us to really focus on two things, and that is, one, be a professional. What do you need to do to be a professional? If you want to be a professional network marketer and get paid like one, what is it that you really need to do? And two, what is it that's holding you back from doing that? Get it out of your way and just go out and do it. Who cares? Who cares? The person that told me no my first 90 days, all the people that told me no the first, I still love them. I can tell you what, our lives are a lot different. I'm not saying one's better than another, but I know there are people that have hopes and dreams that are still wanting them, and there are people that are wanting them and people that chase them and people that go out there and actually make them happen. And that's what we have here, is we have an opportunity for that, for people to go out and make this happen for them. So one last person that I want you to think about, because through this process, as we talk about it, I don't want people beating themselves up, because you're going to fail. You're going to get off track. You're going to do those things, but you need to just make sure that you get back up and that you keep doing it, and that you're consistent with it. And if you look at this, failure is part of the game. It says, who am I? I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I missed over half my shots and had a career shooting average of 49%. I failed over and over and over again in my life, and that's why I succeed. Who is it? This is Michael Jordan. One of the best, if not best, it's debatable, basketball players in the history of the world. And it's somebody that still missed half their shots. All right? As we don't have to be 100%. We just have to have that desire. We have to overcome our obstacles that are holding us back, and we need to become professionals at this. We really go out there and do it. He says, I've always believed that if you put in the work, the results will come. I don't do things half-heartedly, because I know if I do, then I can expect half-hearted results. Love that quote. Love that quote. What is it that we're wanting? Are we wanting half-hearted results? Are we wanting the real result? And if we're wanting that real results, we need to do it full bore. I don't do things half-heartedly, because I know if I do, then I can expect half-hearted results. All right? Here we are. We have an opportunity of a lifetime. We have an opportunity to really go out and put yourself in whatever situation that you're wanting to. Okay? For one person, it's they want to do this. For another person, it's they want to do that. Rain is the answer. We have a product that changes lives. We have timing on our side that I think most of us could only dream of. And I know there are people that I talk to them all the time on the phone. I do 3-way calls with people that are really experienced in this industry, that can feel that we have something different, that see that we have it and know that we have it. And even though they probably get presented, and I've had people tell me this, with a lot of different opportunities, there's one thing that I do know, and that is they've never seen an opportunity like this. And the reason being is I've never seen or heard of an opportunity like this. An opportunity of a company doing millions of dollars overseas, having thousands of people join already every single month, yet it's a ground floor opportunity here, and it's a US-based company. Show me another company that's ever done that. Guys, we have, and that's just one of the thousands of ways that we're different, and we've got something that's unique here. This isn't something that just comes along every day. And so I want us to make sure that we treat it like that, because this is a chance for you to go out and change it for yourself. What is it that maybe you haven't been able to accomplish in life yet that you want to? What is it that, like I said, that's holding you back, that if you could overcome would just set you free and empower you? That's what this is all about. I heard a quote once that I really love, and it was somebody that said, you know what? Network marketing really is personal development disguised as a business opportunity. This is a business that causes us to grow. It causes us to get better constantly and become better. And my challenge to everybody on this webinar today is to do that. Okay. Another quote by Michael Jordan. If you accept the expectations of others, especially negative ones, then you will never change the outcome. All right. Once again, it doesn't matter what other people think or what other people say. You need to make sure that it's your expectations and what you're wanting. Another thing, some people want it to happen, some people wish it would happen, and others make it happen. Others make it happen. That's the thing. A lot of my friends always think I'm lucky, but it has nothing to do with luck. It has everything to do with being committed. I told you, my story. I hit the top level of my first network marketing company and then went overseas. But even when I went overseas, I had to take equity out of my home to do that. I had to commit. I didn't have anything special. The company wasn't giving me. I had to go commit and go do it and live overseas and do the things. And people don't see when you're living off of equity in your home and making those sacrifices. I had a mortgage company that I was successful in, but people didn't see, when I'm living off of credit cards for 6 months. They don't see that. They only see the result. Okay. And others, like I say, wish it would happen, but there's also people that just make it happen. Go out and make it happen. We're doing everything that we can on a company. And I can tell you this, my goal is not to hold anybody back. Our goal is to give everybody whatever they need to go out there and get the results that they're looking for. And in this opportunity, you're going to look at it. People will excel at different. There will be people that don't catch the vision and they quit. There will be people that do that, and I know that. There's going to be people that go out there and based on what they're wanting to do, go out there and get a few customers, make a little bit of money. And for them, maybe that's all they're looking for. That's fantastic. And they're going to be people that make some of the biggest incomes in this industry, if not the biggest incomes in this industry, because of this compensation plan. Here, everybody has the same product. Everybody has the same compensation plan. The only differentiating factor is you. What is it that you want? What is it that you're going to do? Don't let, like I said, what is it that's holding you back that you need to get rid of? And so let's become professionals. As you think about the Olympics or you think about these athletes and stuff that I talked about, these people will train for 4 years for one shot. And they've been training longer than 4 years. But if they get for Olympic training, the Olympics are every 4 years. So in between that, you'll have people that will train and train and train 4 years for one shot. What if you just did that for the next 4 years here? What if you said, you know what? I want to be a professional rain distributor. I'm going to be a professional rain partner. And for the next 4 years, I'm going to do what I need to do here, like an Olympian would do, from sun up to sundown, or do whatever I need to do consistently for the next 4 years and see where it takes me. And I can tell you, if you do that, you're going to end up with the gold medal. But the thing is there's not just one gold medal for one person. We have as many gold medals to hand out here as people that want it. So let's become professionals. And what are we willing to do to go out there and prepare for our own Olympics in life? For us to achieve what we're wanting to achieve. All right, and let's create and be ready for our big chance, which I know that this is. This is our big chance. This is what I've been waiting for. I've been in this industry over a decade. I know a lot of people have had a lot more experience than me, but I want this, and I'm going to make this be my last opportunity. I want to go and do this right, and this is my chance. And that's why even when we saw it in the very beginning, when it wasn't anything near where it is today, the opportunity or what we've done, you have to first see it in your mind and in your heart and know that it's what you want it, or it's there, and you have that passion behind it, and you can really make it a reality. So I want you to know that I feel honored to be working with you. I feel privileged to be part of this opportunity and to really make a difference out there. And I want everybody to go out there and not only know that this is an opportunity that can change your life, But know that all the people behind this company want that to be the case. Here, all the corporate, everything that we're doing, we're thinking of you. We're thinking of the distributor. How can we make your life better? How can we make your life easier? How can we make things more streamlined? How can we be there to support you? That's what we focus on. So I want you to know it's not only you that wants to succeed, we want you to succeed. And we don't want you to succeed for selfish reasons. We want you to succeed because we know that if you succeed and we really do change the world, guys, success is going to come all of our way. So once again, thanks so much for being on the webinar today. Let's go out there and make the decision to become professionals in this industry, to become professionals in RAIN, and to go out and really, really make a difference, not just for ourselves, but for future generations because of the things that we are willing to do. So I wish everybody all the success. Let's close this week out strong. I've had a fantastic week and get ready for the next big week of gratitude with Thanksgiving. A lot of opportunities to see people that we haven't seen maybe for a couple of months, share with them what we're doing. Make sure that you have some extra product, extra samples for people to experience and maybe taste the product. And stay tuned because I'm here to tell you Monday morning, we're going to be doing a couple of announcements as well that we're excited to announce. So have a great rest of your day and a great week. And hopefully I'll see you soon as we hit the road here in the next couple of weeks again. Everybody have a great weekend. Take care.